Hello everybody, this is Cam from Entertainment and welcome back to another entertainment talk video. Today, we're going to be talking about the first park that opened at Universal Studios Orlando Resort back on June 7th, 1990. This is Universal Studios Florida theme park. This park has gone through some pretty significant changes over the years, and today we're going to talk about them. From small refurbishments and reskins to brand new areas and rethemes for different attractions, restaurants, and more, this park has been through a lot since initially opening. The park first opened with 6 different unique areas back in 1990, and today there's about 9 different unique areas. So in the last 33 years, there has been some significant changes as well as rethemes and reskins of popular attractions. I'll also talk about how I feel about some of these different changes that have happened over the years. Anyway, I'm going to talk about all of this and more in just a bit. Universal Studios Florida theme park opened with the core idea of being a theme park that would let you ride the movies, as it celebrated Hollywood as well as the art of movie making and production. To start off, let's talk about the entrance area of the park, which opened in 1990 and is sometimes referred to as the front lot. The entrance area has stayed relatively the same since opening, giving you the feeling that you're walking onto the back lots of a Hollywood studio. This area includes a few different shops and restaurants as well as a replica of the Universal spinning globe, similar to the one presented outside of Universal Studios Hollywood. This area has always featured an assortment of score from various Universal Studio films such as Jaws and Back to the Future for its area music loop. Next up, straight ahead from the front lot, is Production Central, which opened in 1990 and still stands today with the same name. This area makes you feel as if you're walking through the production lots of a Hollywood studio as well. This area opened with 5 attractions, and the music was similar to the front lot as it consisted of score from Universal films. All of the attractions in the area have changed since 1990 quite significantly, but the music has stayed relatively the same other than adding new additions to the loop over the years when new movies come out. Here's a look at some of the changes to Production Central since 1990. The changes here are a little more substantial than the front lot, but the buildings that house the changed attractions have stayed the same, other than a few details and reskins here and there. One of the biggest changes to the attractions in this area would be the eventual removal of the Studio Tour attraction, as it only lasted 5 years, closing in 1995, unable to live up to the name of the tour featured in Universal Studios Hollywood. Anyway, next up we'll discuss the third land that debuted at park opening, New York, themed to a Hollywood set representing the streets of New York City. This area included 2 attractions as well as shops and restaurants. The area's music used an assortment of classic music that you'd probably hear in 1930s and 1940s New York if you were walking down the streets. This area still stands today with the details being untouched for the most part, although both attractions would change and the area would even see other entertainment additions. Let's look at some of the changes in the New York section of the park. Some of the changes in this area are great in my opinion, including the addition of the Revenge of the Mummy attraction. Although other changes, such as Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon, not so much. But overall, this area has kept its character and charm, making you feel as if you're walking through New York City. Another section that opened with the park in 1990 was the San Francisco and Amity area. This area of the park was themed very closely to the Bay Area of California, including San Francisco streets and a wharf. The Amity sub-area of the land was dedicated mainly to Jaws, as it was themed around the setting of the film. When San Francisco and Amity opened, there were 3 total attractions as well as various shopping and dining. The Amity sub-area was closed in 2012 along with the Jaws ride to make way for the next expansion in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. The entire land that was used for the Amity sub-area became Diagon Alley, which opened in 2014, creating a new area in the park. Let's look at some of the changes since 1990 in the San Francisco and Amity areas. Expo Center was another area that opened with the park in 1990 with 3 total attractions as well as shopping and dining. This area has changed quite a bit over the years as well, as it was renamed later on to World Expo. And a section of the area split off into its own land called Woodpecker's Kidzone back in 1999, which ended up closing in January of this year to make way for future retheming. But in 2007, another section of the Expo area was rethemed to Springfield, U.S.A., home of The Simpsons. The original Expo Center theme only really applies to a small section of the park now, where Men in Black Alien Attack now stands. Let's take a look at all of the changes in World Expo, Springfield, USA, and Woody Woodpecker's Kidzone. Some of the changes here I can appreciate, while others were bittersweet. I like the concept of the Expo that was initially in place in the park, especially with the addition of the Back to the Future ride, but this all changed when The Simpsons took over and most of the area became Springfield. While I do like the Simpsons area and everything that it offers, including Duff Beer, the loss of Back to the Future, based off my favorite movie of all time, will always hurt, especially since I never even got to ride it. The Woody Woodpecker's Kidzone was always a cute area for kids, and I think the addition fit well to attract children to the area of the park, since most of the park features thrills for older kids and adults. I was a bit sad to see this area go, but I also know it's for the best, as most of the properties represented in this area are pretty outdated, as I'm sure most kids don't care about Fievel or Woody Woodpecker nowadays. I'm at least glad that the E.T. Adventure attraction is not going anywhere, as well as the Pet Stunt Show, but I really hope to keep the SpongeBob store as well. The last area that opened with the park in 1990 was Hollywood, which is themed to Hollywood Boulevard and uses a music loop with an assortment of classic instrumental tunes from the golden age of Hollywood. The land opened with 1 attraction initially, which surprisingly still stands today. This area also had dining and shopping experiences much like the rest of the park. Let's take a look at the different changes and additions to Hollywood since opening in 1990. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you did enjoy this video, taking a look at some of the different changes at Universal Studios Florida theme park since 1990. Also, how do you guys feel about these changes? Do you think that they've made the park better over the years? Or is there a certain area of the park that you wish they would have kept due to its initial charm or style that you might have preferred over what's there nowadays, such as the Wizarding World of Harry Potter? For me, it'll probably always be Back to the Future, as I never got to experience it, as I said before, but I would love to hear what you guys think down below. But thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it really helps me out, and I will talk to you guys in the next Entertainment Talk video. Have an amazing day.